The night the first spirit came to town, the rain was gentle, like the world was whispering instead of crying. No one noticed the old woman at the corner of the riverside. She was small, wrapped in a tall brown coat, her hands shaking as she held out an empty cup. Her eyes were calm, far too calm for someone who owned nothing. People passed her by with fast step and busy hearts. James walked past her too. James was a good man, or at least he believed he was. He worked hard, paid his bill, and loved his little daughter, Mary. That night, he was tired. His boss had shouted at him. His shoes were wet, and his mind was heavy with worries. As he passed the old woman, he looked up at him. "Please," she said softly, "just a little kindness." James hesitated. He reached into his pocket and felt the coins there. He thought of milk for Mary, for rent due tomorrow, of how unfair life already felt. "I am sorry," he said, and walked away. Behind him, the old woman closed his eyes. High above the city, unseen by human eyes, soft light, the test had begun. The spirits had watched humanity for a long time. They had seen war, kindness, greedy, love, and loss. They did not come to punish, they came to understand. So they choose to walk among humans as the one most ignored. The next morning, a young man named Ben sat outside the bakery. His clothes were dirty, his face tired, and his voice barely louder than the wind. "Anything else?" he said. Sarah, a college student, stopped. She had only one sandwich in her bag, saved for later. She looked at Ben's cheeks and tired eyes. She sighed, broke the sandwich in half, and handed it to him. Ben smiled. Not a big smile, but a real smile. "Thank you," he said. "You have a kind heart." For a moment, Sarah felt warm in her chest, like sunlight baking through. She walked away, lighter than before. That night, Sarah dreamed of standing in a field of stars. Voices whispered her name, not in praise, but in gratitude. Days passed, more beggars appeared. A blind man near the bus stop, a mother with a baby at the market, a quiet boy sitting on a cold steps, hugging his meal. Some people laughed at them, some shouted, some pretended not to see, others stopped. Elmer, a nurse, knelt beside the blind man and held his hand. Jack, a shop owner, gave the woman warm soup every morning. Old Mr. Lee, who barely had enough for himself, left a blanket for the boy on the steps. Each small act sent a soft blow into the unseen world. But the spirits also watched closely. A group of teenagers poured water on the old woman from the river street and ran away laughing. A rich man kicked over Ben's cup and told him to get a job. A woman crossed the street just to avoid eye contact. Every unkind act left a shadow behind. One evening, James came home to find Mary sitting on the floor crying. "What's wrong?" he asked, panic rising in his chest. "My teacher says we have to bring food for the shelter tomorrow," Mary snubbed. "But we don't have extra." James sat beside her. He remembered the old woman's eyes, calm, patient, waiting. That night, James couldn't sleep. The next day, as he walked to work, He saw her again, the old woman from River Street. The rain had returned, heavier this time. She was soaked, her hands trembling more than before. Something inside James broke. He walked up to her and placed his lunch in her hands. Then he took off his jacket and wiped it around her shoulders. "I am sorry," he said, his voice shaking, "for yesterday, for walking away." The old woman looked at him for a long moment, her eyes shallow, not with tears, but with light. "Thank you," she said. "You remembered." As James walked away, warmth filled him, deep and powerful. He didn't know why, but he felt changed. That night, the sky opened. People across the city woke to a soft glow outside their windows. The beggars were gone. Every corner was empty. Then the voices came, not loud, not frightened, but clear. "You were never tested by wealth or power," the voice said. "You were tested by the broken, the hungry, the forgotten." In this town square, lights gathered and formed shapes, beautiful, gentle, endless. The spirits revealed themselves. "We came as nothing," they said, "to see what you would give." Some people fell to their knees in shame, others cried in relief. A few smiled, knowing they had followed their hearts. The Spirit spoke one last time. "Kindness is not measured by how much you have," they said, "but by how much you are willing to see." By morning, the city was the same, but also not. People greeted strangers. Shops left food outside. Children learned to look into eyes instead of past them. James walked with Mary to the shelter, carrying a small bag of food. Mary squeezed his hand. "Daddy," she said, "do you think the spirits are still watching?" James smiled softly. "I think," he said, "they never stopped." And everywhere, just beyond sight, gentle lights glow, quiet, hopeful, and waiting for the next choice humanity would make. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share this story out with your loved ones. Give the story a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so by now. Until I bring another story your way. Bye.